Here and above is good. Aquí y arriba está bien. Here and above is good. Aquí y arriba está bien. Suerte.
So Jovanni Straffon substituting for Hector Tanahara, who had to withdraw from the fight due to injury. Late replacement, big underdog. Where have we seen this before?
About 20 minutes ago.
There you go. As for Cruz, he's all smiles, all flash, expected to do big things. This is just supposed to be a little stepping stone for him here in San Francisco. Let's see if he lives up to the hype. He is wearing the gold and white trunks. Straffon in the black.
Straffon, the southpaw. Heavy hands. He's not the fastest puncher, but he has good timing in his punches. He just has bad balance. So if Cruz stays in front of him, he can be dangerous.
Chris, does Cruz have to score a knockout here to impress you against this guy?
No, I think he's got to show me a little bit more power, or at least that he's sitting down on his punches more. And that's not something that, I'm just making up. In our fighter meetings, Andy Cruz talked about that. He said, my experience in my first pro fight, my biggest takeaway was I got to sit down more. I got to throw more power shots. I think he's got an opponent that's tailor-made to throw those types of punches.
And he just did it right there with a jab. Normally jabs are just poking and pecking out there. That was a power jab by Cruz.
I think too, Todd, if you're a guy that's on a fast track that wants to get into the world title mix sooner rather than later, wins are great, but how you win matters in situations like this. And I think a knockout would do well for Andy Cruz.
No, I agree. And you want to start getting the knockouts so you can get fights faster, So as long as he slows things down, the punch placement, pick the right shots. Don't really worry about getting 3 or 4 punches off. Just worry about one good one, just like that to the gut.
And one of the things I love about Andy Cruz, that when he was turning professional, he didn't go to South Florida. He didn't go to Texas. He went to Philadelphia to work with Bozy Ennis, the father and trainer of Boots Ennis. And, what he's learning in that gym is very much a pro style.
Straffon has only been stopped once. Look at this, Andy Cruz going right after for that first round KO.
And there you see Cruz, the punch placement was good. That was not speed. Those were just thrown perfectly, and torque was behind it. He's extending his entire shoulders. You got wide shoulders, so you got to extend all of them behind all your shots.
And Straffon can hurt you, as we saw in that Tennyson fight, but he can also be hurt. Maxie Hughes had him really hurt in the 5th round of that fight, and he was stopped 2 fights earlier against Zaur Abdullayev. So this is a guy that is going to be a target for Andy Cruz.
You can tell the quickness edge goes to Andy Cruz in a big way. Straffon's had that look on his face like, whoa, where did that punch come from?
Sergio, he is sitting down with that straight right hand to the body.
Oh, yeah, no, these are power shots. He's rotating those wide, big shoulders, Cruz is, and I love seeing that rotation. That's what I mean. That's where he's going to get that power. It's not going to be speed. It's going to be actual technique of turning that punch over. That's the pro style. That's a big difference between the amateurs and the pros. The amateurs want to accumulate points by speed, and the pros want to slow things down and actually punch behind technique instead of speed.
That's me.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Picking up the Duralast brakes I ordered online this morning.
Right now, you can save 15% when you buy a set of Duralast pads with rotors.
We are live on the zone for the main event. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set.
Big right to the chin. Cortez shot there. And that shot drops Cortez. All the way to right hand by Gallotada. He hurt him. He's going. It's not a firing back.
Left hand to the body. You can see by the reaction, he doesn't want to be in this fight.
This is what I like by Cruz right here. He wasn't really smothering his shots. I like the body shots that set those headshots earlier, so I would like to see Cruz concentrate on the body, because when it comes to Straffon, he stands really straight up. He's not much upper body movement and bad balance, so gut him downstairs to set the headshots up.
Straffon basically telling us yesterday, the only way I'm going to win this fight is to knock this guy out. I am a knockout puncher. That's what I'm looking for, but he just got knocked off balance.
I love the footwork of Andy Cruz. Step back, from a punch from Straffon and landed 2 of his own.
What a unique combination right there by Andy Cruz. He started with a right hand downstairs just to go upstairs with a 1-2. 2-1-2 all the way across the body to the chin. Really nice.
Cruz has elite level footwork and elite level reflexes.
Straffon is a good motivational story. Said he started drinking in Mexico when he was 11 years old. Was an alcoholic until he's 26, and then he's been sober ever since. Said he had to get those demons out of his life. Now he's a full-time fighter, but he's in a world of trouble here, Sergio.
Oh, man. Right now the precision is way too sharp by Andy Cruz. He can't miss with that right hand. And look, we got to give Straffon credit. I mean, he's taking those shots. He's only been stopped 1 time in 32 fights, but you can't be getting hit with shots like that this early.
Yeah, the end already seems near, Chris. Double uppercut. Everything is working. Look at the slickness of Andy Cruz, the gold medalist, looking fantastic here.
Yeah, this is what I want to see from Andy Cruz. He's not really loading up on shots. He's having fun in there, pot shotting, getting angles. Look at that.
Okay, stop.
Andy Cruz in his second pro fight is making Straffon look like the amateur. What do you do now if you're Straffon? What do you do now besides surrender, Sergio? Oh boy! He's just being mauled by Andy Cruz!
Straffon's fighting back right there. I mean, you gotta give him credit.
He's fighting back, but Cruz is able to maintain defensive discipline while he is bombarding Straffon with punches. He's stepping back.
I noticed that, and that's what I like to see. You know, someone that still minds his defense while he's being so offensive and still ducking back, countering.
Straffon is seeing ghosts in there. He can't hit him. He's getting torn to shreds.
Cruz should go to the body right now. Go down on the body. The headshots are way too easy. These Mexicans can take big shots upstairs.
The referee taking a good look at Jovanni.
There we go. That's the digging down to the body will set up the headshots. Uppercuts.
What a round.
There you go.
For Andy Cruz.
See that? That right hand to the gut sent 2 big right hands upstairs. That hurts Straffon.
They're not going to call it a knockdown. It's a push, but at least it buys him time to the end of this round.
No, he's shaky. Straffon's hurt.
The world does not change all by itself. History is written by breaking barriers with deep-rooted values, improving the present and looking to the future. Torres 10 Brandy is reborn today to last in time. Being reborn is changing your history.
Me estás quedando parado mucho, güey. Tienes que moverte, Gio, y soltar las manos. Te van a parar la pelea si sigues así, güey, ¿eh? No te me quedes parado, Gio, y suéltale al cuerpo, güey.
Sergio, look at the handiwork here from Andy Cruz.
Oh, I love that uppercut. But he didn't smother his shots. I love seeing this from amateur stars. You know, they transition to the pros really quick. But when they're throwing shots like that, uppercuts and really picking their shots, not smothering themselves, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch. They just evolve faster than most.
Let's go. Hey, stop.
It's a serious question here. What do you do if you're Straffon here, Sergio? You obviously want to limit the damage, but there's a long way to go in this fight.
No, you keep your hands up and you just try to select your punches. You try to punch in between the shots of Andy Cruz. You're not going to keep up with the speed and the power. So just anytime he's getting a combination going, just punch in between.
Just like that.
Just like that, yeah. And hands up and tight.
You would think it's not in the mentality of Straffon just to survive being a tough Mexican, but that may be the best path forward here because nothing is working. Another heavy-handed power punch from Cruz. And the referee getting closer and closer to stopping this fight. This is the Andy Cruz that Chris Mannix wanted to see. And he's giving you what you want, Chris, and that'll do it. Andy Cruz with his first professional stoppage.
That's what I wanted to see from Andy Cruz. I mean, forget the stoppage. It's the punches he was selecting, the body shots, how he was turning his shots. I mean, the punch selection was beautiful. He was having fun in there, but he slowed things down. That's what I want to see with a fighter evolving as a professional.
Kudos to Straffon for taking this fight on short notice as he stopped rolling the second time in his career. But Sergio, I mean, you could tell 20 seconds into this fight, he wasn't even in the same stratosphere skills-wise as Andy Cruz.
No way. I mean, the level of speed was different, the power, the technique, everything favored Cruz. And we knew that coming in. We knew that Straffon is a tough guy. He has experience. He has a puncher's chance. But no way. When you have speed like that and discipline and the body shots that Cruz was showing, that's what got the stoppage.
Well, let's see if Jake Paul can get a stoppage of his own against a pro fighter. He'll get that chance this Friday in Orlando, Florida, live on DAZN. It's the return of Jake Paul, the problem child, as he faces August, a pro boxer. That's Friday night in Florida. A+ performance.
Well, you got the stoppage. He didn't get hit. He didn't get hurt. I think he worked on some stuff. I would have to say A+. Absolutely, Ty.
I thought it was funny yesterday when he talked about training in Philadelphia, and we said, what's the difference between training in Cuba and Philadelphia? He goes, man, nobody wants to talk to me. No one wants to be nice. And in Cuba, the gym's a social place. When I get in the gym here in Philly, they're like, let's work. Why are you sitting down? Let's work.
Yeah, that's the question I asked them because, you know, we all know that Philly's known for those gym wars and Philadelphia fighters are as tough as they come. But in Cuba, it's a lot different. They like having fun. I mean, it's amazing all the fun they have and how brilliant they box. Philadelphia is all hard work.
Well, it's always fun when you win by a third-round knockout, as Andy Cruz has that regional title there. But he thinks he can get one of the big belts sooner than later, Sergio. How far away is he from perhaps being a good challenger?
Well, listen, it's an impressive thing to be the second man to stop a veteran of 32 fights in Straffon. So that's a good thing, a feather on his cap. So I want to see him have more fights like this and then see him evolve in front of our eyes. But no title shots yet.
All right, let's make it official now with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Edward Coyantes calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 53 seconds of round number 3. Declaring your winner by knockout. He's still undefeated. He's still the IBF International and the new WBA Continental